Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott, and you are in the Prog Corner. Today, I'm continuing my series of awful, just terrible number one songs. How in the world did these songs hit number one? I did the 70s, I did the 80s, I did the 90s, and today I'm doing the 2000s. And oh my goodness gracious, you guys were right. You told me just wait till you dive into the 2000s if you want some horrible songs on the Hot 100, and man, the ones that hit number one, just terrible. The decade began with Smooth, right? Santana and Rob Thomas, and it ended with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Gives you an idea of where the decade went. There were 130 songs that hit number one in the decade. And I'm going through the 10 worst. Yeah, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it by year. It just seems like it got worse and worse with each subsequent year. So we're starting at the year 2000. And the worst number one song of that year was Music by Madonna. Oh, there was plenty of competition here. We were absolutely spoiled for choice. This abomination spent 4 weeks at number one in September. Just an awful, awful song. This was the end of the road for Madonna's long train of success, for me anyways. I dropped off right there. But yeah, there was a lot of competition. What a Girl Wants and Come On Over by Christina Aguilera. And they were catchy songs at least, right? Arms Wide Open by Creed hit number one. Yeah, it spent 1 week at number one. Independent Women by Destiny's Child. It's Gonna Be My by NSYNC. Maria Maria by Santana. That was the number one song of the year, and I barely remember it. And Amazed by Lone Star. We actually had a country song in there, and that's a recurring theme for a lot of this. I didn't remember half of these songs, man. I had to go back and listen to a whole bunch of awful music to do this episode. You're welcome. 2001. Oh, another year with an absolute bevy of choices we could have gone with. But I'm going with Jennifer Lopez's I'm Real, featuring Ja Rule. This terrible nondescript song spent 3 weeks at number one. It has the audacity to have been the number one song when the Twin Towers came down. So maybe that's part of why we don't remember anything going on at that time. Everything else was kind of obliterated from our memory. But yeah, I went back and listened to that song. I barely remember it. How was that number one for 3 weeks? And that's such an amazing, important time in America's history. Oh yeah, September 11th deserved a better number one song than Jennifer Lopez. There were some really interesting songs that hit number one in 2001. You had It Wasn't Me and Angel by Shaggy. Yeah, he had 2 number one hits. I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo! Yeah, Outkast. I love them. Stutter by Joe, kind of a cool song. Butterfly by Crazy Town. Yeah, R.I.P. Shifty Shell Shock. You're my butterfly, you're my sugar, my baby. I love it. All For You by Janet Jackson. You Remind Me by Usher. The year ended with Fallen by Alicia Keys at number one. Terrible year for music. Could it get worse? Oh, buddy boy. You know it's going to get worse. 2002. Oh, my least favorite number one track from 2002. And the title goes to Ashanti with Foolish. How in the world this thing spent 10 weeks at number one and I barely even remember it? Talk about a nondescript number one song. It's not a horrible song. It's a horrible number one song. It's just like, there's no there at all. There's nothing to this nothing burger. It's terrible. Other bad songs that hit number one in 2002 include You Got It Bad by Usher, Ain't It Funny by J-Lo, Hey, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off. Okay, I like that Nelly song, so sue me. Dilemma was another number one hit for Nelly with Kelly Rowland. And Lose Yourself by Eminem comes in at number one. I don't care what you say, that's a great song. Not a big Eminem fan, but I like a few Eminem songs. At 2003, let's go look at the worst number one song of 2003. And oh yeah, from Bad Boys 2, it's Shake Your Tail Feather. Oh man, this thing's terrible. I like Nelly, but I hate this song. P. Diddy and Murphy Lee, whoever Murphy Lee is, got his or her, whoever that is, only number one slot. P. Diddy had a few, Nelly had a few, but Murphy Lee's the one. Who's Murphy Lee? I have no idea. This song spent 4 weeks at number one. In September, just awful, but some other awful number ones from 2003. You had the American Idol effect was in full effect here. Clay Aiken had a number one hit with This Is the Night. I think Fantasia had a number one hit. I didn't write it down. Crazy in Love by Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's a good song. Got a good beat to it. Baby Boy by Beyonce, not good, don't like it. Stand Up by Ludacris, not bad, but the best number one song of 2003 by a long shot, it's Outkast and Hey Yeah. That song's amazing. I love it. At 2004, oh yeah, the hits keep coming. The worst song of 2004, I'm going with Sierra and Goodies. This thing spent 7 weeks at the top in September and October. It features Petey Pablo rapping on the song. You know, you spend 7 weeks at number one, you'd think I'd remember this song. I don't remember this song, not even one little bit. I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, how did this song escape my attention? I have no idea. Sierra, she's fine. I don't have a problem with her, but this song is just completely nondescript. How it ever hit number one is beyond me. Some other really, really bad songs that hit number one in 2004. Just a terrible year. Slow Jams by Twista. Yeah by Usher. My Boo by Usher also hit number one. Burn by Usher. Yeah, he was all over the place, man. Confessions Part 2 hit number one. Yeah, 2004 was the year of Usher, that's for sure. Lean Back by Terror Squad. And the year ended with a decent song, at least. Snoop Dogg's Drop It Like It's Hot. But 2004, terrible. Couldn't get worse. Oh, man. Oh, this is getting really painful. This is a very, very hard episode for me to do, to talk about a bunch of music that I don't like. But in 2005, the most nondescript number one song I can even contemplate. This thing spent 9 weeks at number one to start the year, and it's Mario and Let Me Love You. I don't even remember that song, man. I went back and listened to it this morning, and I'm like, zero recollection at all of this song. Just awful, terrible. Like I said, it spent 9 weeks at number one. 2005 had some other notable number one hits. How about Candy Shop by 50 Cent? That's a good song. Holla Back Girl, Gwen Stefani, not a good song. Inside Your Heaven, Carrie Underwood. Yeah, the American Idol effect in full swing. Mariah gets another number one hit with We Belong Together. Kanye gets his first with Gold Digger. And Chris Brown, Run It. Yeah, so really bad toxic masculinity on the chart in 2005. Does it get any better in 2006? Well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't, man. My least favorite song, the worst number one song of 2006, it's got to be Bad Day by Daniel Powder. You know, here's a guy, a Canadian crooner, singer-songwriter type of guy who cites David Bowie and Nick Drake as his two biggest influences, and he comes up with this thing. Forget about it. Just awful. Right in line with that is James Blunt's You're Beautiful, kind of the same song. SOS by Rihanna hit number one. Shakira gets her first number one with Hips Don't Lie. I like that song, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, her hips aren't going to lie. Nobody's lying to you people. London Bridge by Fergie. Not good. Sexy Back by JT. Not a big NSYNC fan, but you got to give him props. That was a good song. And the year ended with Irreplaceable by Beyonce. 2006, terrible. How about 2007? Oh, could it be any worse? Yes, it could be. My least favorite number one song of 2007, and it's not even close, is Avril Lavigne and Girlfriend. Oh my goodness, this horrible song was written and produced by Dr. Luke, who we all know about his problems with Kesha and all that stuff later. But dude wrote a lot of hit songs, man. But Avril Lavigne, she was once asked what her favorite punk rock band is of all time. Her reply was the Goo Goo Dolls. I got nothing for you, Avril Lavigne. Absolutely nothing. You're terrible. That terrible song spent 1 week at the top of the charts in May, and it's best just to forget about it and her entirely. Other despicable number ones that year included Umbrella by Rihanna. Now, that's a good song. I'm sorry. Umbrella's a good song. Hey There, Delilah, Plain White Tees. Another great song. Wish I'd written it. Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston. I did not know that hit number one. That's a great song. Crank That by Soulja Boy. No. Kiss Kiss Chris Brown. The less we say about Chris Brown, the better. And Alicia Keys got another number one in 07 with No One. And now we go on to 2008, the penultimate year we're going to be looking at here this morning. And no, it doesn't get any better. Oh, my least favorite number one song from 2008 is Lollipop by Lil Wayne and Static Major, who I guess died before the song came out. I have no idea who that is, but I do know Lil Wayne, and I know he's got better songs than Lollipop. Looking it up, apparently this was his biggest hit. It spent 5 weeks on the top of the chart non-consecutively in May and June, and I barely remember it. It's got kind of cool little keyboard riff that, you know, it makes it a little bit catchy, but it's just not a good song, and how it hit number one and stayed on the top of the chart that long is beyond me. Other notable number ones from the year: Coldplay had a number one hit with Viva La Vida. Really weird seeing a Brian Eno produced song at number one. Flo Rida with Low, not a bad song. I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry. Say what you want, but those first two Katy Perry albums are actually really good pop. Disturbia by Rihanna. T.I. had a really good year. Whatever You Like, So What by Pink, and Single Ladies by Beyonce ended the year. And now we get to 2009, a year completely dominated by one band. 26 out of the 52 weeks of the year were dominated by one band, and it was all consecutively with 2 songs. I'm going with the first one, Boom Boom Pow, but after that spent 12 weeks on the charts. They followed that up with another 14 weeks at the top with I Got a Feeling, which is bad, but I'm going with Boom Boom Pow. I never liked that song, not a Fergie guy. Just awful. I met the Black Eyed Peas way back before Fergie joined. They came into the record store and they were, pushing their debut album. They were nice guys, but as soon as Fergie joined, I was not interested. How do you spend 26 consecutive weeks at the top of the chart? Black Eyed Peas. Wow, I did not know that. Other number one songs from the year that ended the decade include 2 number ones from Lady Gaga, her first 2 big hits, Let's Dance and Poker Face. Flo Rida has another big hit with Right Round, which of course was that Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Right Round. I think they got songwriting credit for it, so I'm not too mad at them. Remember that Fireflies song by Owl City? Dude wanted to be Ben Gibbard so bad it hurt. And the decade ended with Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. And that, my friends, was bad. I just can't believe it. Out of those 130 number one songs, I probably remembered only about half of them. So your boy had to go back and listen to all of them again. The ones I didn't remember, man, that hurt. I want those 3 hours back. I absolutely do. Anyway, guys, I love you. Tune in next week. We got all kinds of really good stuff going on next week on the channel, including an interview with Patrick Lundstrom from Ritual. Oh, my goodness gracious, guys. I'm going to keep talking about this album until it comes out. It is just incredible. I love this album. Possibly my favorite album of 2024. And we're going to be talking to the lead singer and the guitar player from Ritual next week. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Also going to be looking at the new Focus album. Focus 12. One of these days I am going to review it. I promise it's really, really good. Anyway, guys, I love you. Peace in the Middle East. Free the Ukraine. Free Tibet. Free everybody. And God save the king. You see I'm wearing my king shirt. Save King Chucky. Chucky needs your saving. That boy's got the cancer. Bring him to America. Oh, yeah. Come on, Chuck. Come to America. We got them good doctors here. We'll do some good doctoring on you, and then we'll lay some hands on that king. Oh, yeah. King Chucky needs the hands of healing. And then our prayer warriors are standing by 24/7. Oh, King Chucky's got the cancer. We need to do something about him. Thoughts and prayers for the king. We're going to get him all healed up. That's not going to work. Oh, you know what's going to work? Spells and incantations. No, that's not going to work. We're going to drink some poison. That ain't going to work. You know what's going to work. You know what's going to work. We're going to dance with them rattlesnakes. Oh, yeah. Dance with them snakes. Oh, them snakes ain't going to get King Chucky, and they ain't going to get me, because I got the Spirit of the Lord Jesus Christ inside of me, and I hope you have it inside of you. I love you guys. I'll see you soon, and don't forget, Sunday, the Sunday Prog stream, 1 o'clock Eastern. Man, this is going to be a big one. Our favorite modern prog bands, the top 10 21st century prog bands with an all-star cast. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I'll see you guys then. I love you. Peace.